How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at a DC multiverse Black Adam Dr. Fate. It says he is for ages 12 plus with 22 moving parts or points of articulation. And then here, McFarlane Toys. As we spin around to this side of the box, it just says Dr. Fate Black Adam. And then around the back, we have a really cool piece of cartoon artwork. I like that a whole lot. Again, Dr. Fate, Black Adam. It's basically just a piece of artwork on the back, not really any blurbs or anything like that, but I really like these artworks. And then here, Dr. Fate, little window, and you can see I found this guy for $4.99 at Ross, which that is one heck of a deal. It looks like he comes with a flight stand in here, which in itself is worth $4.99, so it's just a bonus, basically, all around. You normally just get a little flat-based figure stand with these guys, but he does come with the flight stand, and I did not see that until just recently, so that's definitely a bonus. I haven't gotten a figure that came with a flight stand yet, so I'm excited to get that out of there, try it out on him. I may or may not keep it with him. I might use it on a different figure, Superman or something like that. We'll just have to see. But let's go ahead and get this guy pulled out of the box and get a closer look. Alright, so there is a piece of tape here. Looks like we have a piece of tape here, or it's one of those circular stickers, circular pieces of tape, whatever we want to call it. But there it is. Then you can just pull the top open, fold the flaps to the side, and then the whole thing should just pull right out. And there he is inside of his little plastic prison. As we pull this out of the way, you can see here is his flight stand and his card, Dr. Fate Black Adam, and then it will have a blurb on the back, and we'll go over that and put his little flight stand together and stuff here in just a few minutes. So for now, we're going to set that off to the side. We are going to pull Dr. Fate back in here, and it's looking like he's not too banded in. Maybe just this guy right here. And then possibly his cape. So let's get that out. And then, yeah, it just looks like that one tie, and then his cape is what's holding him in the packaging. And we'll set that off. Look, there he's flying. Okay, that's enough. Alright, so here is Dr. Fate pulled out of the pack. He does have some small feet. I hope this isn't going to be a problem with getting him to stand. I feel like he should be alright. Let's just kind of try it out and see what happens here. There we go. He actually stood up pretty easy compared to some of the other figures that I have wrestled with getting to stand up and pose. He went pretty quick on the first try. So I'm going to go ahead and get the flight stand and the card pulled out of the package. But I guess before that, we'll go over his articulation really quick. He does have the gold helmet on, which I really like. It's non-removable, just in case you were wondering. At least I don't think it is. Nope. Doesn't appear to be removable. It appears to be glued down to his head, so we'll do the articulation with the helmet on. He can look to the left, and you can see a little ear detail in there. That's why I was wondering if maybe the head came off. He can look to the right. He can look up, and he can look down. As far as his arms, this is pretty soft rubber here, so it's not really affecting the articulation a whole lot. As you can see there, it kind of just rolls right on up and around. He does have a swivel at the bicep, as well as a double jointed pinned elbow, so he can get his hand raised pretty high up. As we work our way down to the wrist, does he have... Okay, so the wrist will rotate 365 degrees. It is just pretty tight in there. And then it can also bend down and up. It's on a little hinge right there. You can see the pin. As far as his abdominal cut right here, or diaphragm cut, he can lean forward, he can lean back, he can crunch to the right as well as to the left. This is another joint that gets broken in over time, and it does also turn 365 degrees. Let's check out his waist. Yeah, so he's another one. So I don't think he has any waist articulation. It's all right here in this diaphragm cut. He's doing the splits to make Jean-Claude Van Damme jealous. He's got those McFarlane joints in there, which give him the ability to do a really good splits, which is pretty cool if you got like a ninja fighter or something. As it comes down, he does have a... Ooh, he does not have a thigh cut. I thought he had a thigh cut right there. We got a little bit of rock in the hip, and then we do have the standard McFarlane pinned double jointed knee right there. No boot swivel, but we do have ankle swivel here as well as ankle pivot. You can point the toe down, you can point the toe up, and that will help with flying or, you know, like a takeoff pose. His toe will also articulate up and down. And I don't know why, those right there, just that, if it was painted in a different color scheme, reminds me of a pair of Jordans that I had in 11th or 12th grade. So this would have been a pair of Jordans from 98, 99, or 2000. Probably 99 is what I'm going to guess. If you guys know which Jordans those are that somewhat resemble this pattern here, let me know down in the comments, because I haven't had those shoes in a while, but I definitely liked them. And it's just kind of neat that they made Dr. Fate's shoes. It's definitely a callback to that. Maybe I'll find a picture of them and throw them up on the screen here for you to see. But there is Dr. Fate, and we've gone over his articulation. So now I'm going to get his card and his flight stand pulled out of the box, and we're going to take a closer look at that. All right, so there we have him posed up on his flight stand, and as you can see, he is flying. His feet are off the ground, and it's pretty cool. It does make his cape kind of fly out a little bit where the armature is, but that's okay too. It doesn't really make that big of a deal as far as how it looks. It is a little bit rickety. I wish that it was a little bit more solid, but I guess for a free figure stand, we can't do a whole lot of complaining. As you turn it around to the back, you can see he does have all kinds of cool sculpted details in his cape and up here at the back of his neck, under the helmet and before the cape starts. So really cool figure. I definitely like this guy, and I still like the figure stand. Just haven't decided which figure I'm going to put on it yet. It's more than likely going to be a Superman figure instead of this guy, but I just wanted to check him out and take a look at that. As far as his card, we will go ahead and try to zoom in and get a good picture of this for you. It says Dr. Fate, Black Adam, and then as we turn it around to the back, we have Dr. Fate, Black Adam, real name Kent Nelson. Upon wearing the ancient alien golden helmet of fate, Kent Nelson transforms from kindly academic into a mystical sorcerer, one of the founding members of the Justice Society. Dr. Fate is able to forego all emotion to envision future outcomes, conjure terrifying illusions, and bewitch his opponents with power that outmatches even the powers of the gods. That sounds pretty intense. This card was a little hard to get out of there. For some reason, this card actually had a little bit of tape over this corner holding it in, even though it was inside that plastic prism. Makes no sense to me. It was firmly in there and not coming out. As you know, I put all my cards in these card holders right here. You can get them at Walmart, Target, or anywhere comic books or sports cards are sold. But it's just a handy way to keep your cards nice and keep them from getting dog-eared, bent, torn, anything spilled on them, stuff like that. It's just a nice little protective case. So our final thoughts for Dr. Fate is he's really awesome. I like the figure stand. It does have a peg down here in case you just wanted to use it as a clear figure stand and not a flight stand. You do have that option. You can put their foot onto this peg, but I have several of those already, and I definitely want to display some of my characters in flight. So I was thinking of getting some flight stands anyway. So I'm glad that I found out he had this one to give me the opportunity to get a little first-hand look at him before I actually go ordering some online. So what do you guys think of old Dr. Fate? I think he's a pretty cool. There is another page puncher, I believe, version of Dr. Fate, and he does look a little bit different. He has a loincloth down here, a little bit different sculpting. I'm not sure if he comes with a figure stand or not, but we haven't picked him up yet. I saw him once and didn't get him because I had this guy, and then the more I got to looking at this guy after seeing him in the store, I realized the differences that there were between them. So I'm kind of interested in maybe picking that one up. And like I said, he comes with a comic book, so that's also interesting. Give us a little more with the packaging, something to read. If you guys don't mind, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, turn the notifications on so you stay up to date with all of the upcoming videos. As you can see, we do Masters of the Universe Origins, we do Masters of the Universe Masterverse, we've got some WWE Superstars, we've got some Masters of the WWE, we got Turtles of Grayskull over here, as well as the Stranger Things Motu combination. We got some cartoon collection to go over. And then we've got, you know, Ninja Turtles that are also on the channel, as well as Spawn. Don't want to leave out Spawn. And I know I'm forgetting some other things as well. But if you just stay tuned to the channel, you're going to see all kinds of Ninja Turtles, action figures, DC McFarlane stuff. We got some wrestlers. So just stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.